Facts. Hello, brothers and sisters. And welcome to my crazy ass down the rabbit hole page. But of course, you wrote here, found guilty, charged as juveniles. They can stay in the system until 21 at the latest, and then they will be released. This is a response to a video where a handicapped, mentally ill individual was beaten by little demon children. They were 12 and 13. And I've said this time and time again, just as if pit bulls attack, okay, because of some unknown reason, because they snap, because they're the most dangerous dog, right? Need to be put down after they maul someone, half to death or whatever, or disconfigure their faces or whatever. They get put to sleep. They put down. This also has to occur with children. The death penalty must stay. And this is what I'm saying about all people who don't have any empathy in their heart, or something snaps in their mindset. You know, I'm like, if I ever had got possessed, because I do believe in possession, but I'm like, yo, man, if you saw that video, I was like, I know there's baby demon children. I know that. Okay. But then when they grow up and it's not really, you haven't approached them on their ways of attitude about going about life, and it's not a video game, they do heinous acts that you would never even believe that they can possibly do. There was a story with this boy who was 11 years old who shot a woman in the back of her head with a shotgun because he was just jealous. Okay. Didn't have any understanding what that means, okay, but I would blame the parents to a degree, okay. And I would say both of them have to be put to sleep, the parents and the child. It's a terrible thing of what happened. 5 children, one is 12 and the others are 13, beat this man as he ran away, and it was all recorded, pretty much to death. They completely decimated him. He had 2 fingers on each hand. The story seems to be unbelievable. And then I'm like, what in the world am I living in? What world am I living in to hear that? Okay. Did someone make up that story? But I believe that. I believe it strongly that this shit does happen. I've encountered some badass kids, and usually when you try to discipline them, all hell may come onto you because you're trying to discipline them. But to me, I feel that if we just have enough cameras around the vicinity, because I used my magic in the past to focus in on cameras for cops. Okay, so they put the cameras on the cops. You know, you got to see the actions of some of these people. Some people, no matter child or adult, doesn't matter, in between, who they are. If they get possessed, you'll never know what the real reason why. Okay? Some people are going through some things in life, and they will just do some heinous things just to release some stress. They're not a gamer. They don't know what to do with their anger. They don't know how to meditate. They don't know how to do nothing. They just release that anger, the Kraken, on the wrong person, wrong time, wrong place. But it happens, okay? And I'm just trying to tell you, they should bring back the death penalty. If I ever had been possessed, because I know it would only be possession if I ever had, been controlled to do such a heinous thing without thinking about the other person and what they went through in their life. Just because my life is fucked up, that don't mean I should fuck up your life, right? That's the common sense thing to do. You should be thinking, okay, I know my life is fucked up, yada, yada, yada. But there are countless people who will make excuses to do something because they just stored up too much anger, bottled up sexuality, bottled up psychological frustration, okay? And it's sad. It's very sad that they bottle this up and they don't know how to release it. Okay. In my situation, I kind of look for no validation from nobody. I'm myself. I'm truly myself. But everybody else needs validation, and that's sad. Okay. But if you heard that story with that sad ass music playing in the background, you will probably be so fed up that you'll go out there and be a good psychopath and seek them out like Jack the Ripper. They'll be too afraid to do prostitution. You know what Jack the Ripper did, right? Okay. All right. But there are good psychopaths out there. Like Mr. Raymond Reddington on the Blacklist. And I believe you guys should watch that. You know, I didn't like the ending too much, but it will catch your ear. It will catch your eyes. Okay. But other than that, that's all I really want to say, guys. Okay. There are demon children and there are demon people. And sometimes they can be possessed. And it's not drugs. And sometimes it's not drugs. They're not in their own right body. They're doing things so they can destroy themselves, to be incarcerated or to be killed. Some want to be killed. Yeah. And they say, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. You're like, hey, kill me, kill me. And I'm like, you know, because they're possessed. Don't have no control over themselves. They allow their weak side to dominate them. But that's all I really got to say, that demon children do exist, okay? I've been a babysitter for many years, so I'm actually a child psychologist naturally. I just see it. I can tell you the difference between girls and boys, okay? Easily, okay, because of my experience. But I'm telling you right now, there are some badass people out there and badass children, okay? And maybe even badass babies. I've encountered some badass, I just knew. When I read in the Bible and it says God smite a baby, I'm like, what in the world did God see in that child? Okay, to kill that child off before he even had a chance to stand. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what type of evil will come from a baby? How do you know? Sometimes you can just sense that evil, okay? And the child needs to be put down, okay? It just happens. Now, I just wish people were more logical and use more common sense to understand this is a fact, that you shouldn't just abolish the death penalty. But it happens, okay? You know, people get too emotional and they say, oh, something must happen. They try to figure it out and they can't figure it out and they still let that person survive. They'll let criminals back on the street when they know they're supposed to be put down. That's just how it is, man. You have too much of a heart, can destroy you. You gotta have a balance, but more on the logic side. Okay, you know, 70% logical, 30% emotional. My emotion only comes from animals. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's more sympathetic. My emotion is more sympathetic towards the earth and animals than my own children. Okay? I tell my daughters this all the time. I say, you have to feel for the earth. Okay, the earth is suffering because of the parasites. But Daddy, they always say, Daddy, but we love you too. I love you too, but the animals, the planet, like Captain Planet, okay? You got to think about the planet, because that's the thing. That's how we got here in the physical body in the first place, because you came here. You came here for unpredictability. You came here for sorrow and sadness, for something different, because the other side is too uniform. But of course, I digress today. I'm just trying to say, in this video, there are demon children. And you can sense that energy, that vampire energy, that negative wickedness before they can do anything. And sometimes you got people saying, I have to kill this person because this person, sometimes they could be right. This person must die, okay, you know. And they try to act out on it. But you can't. You can't do that. All right? Other than that, what am I going to say? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Be safe, peoples. And remember, when you see a demon child, you better toss it. You better do something to it without getting caught. You better be professional. You better eat it. You better get some sort of power from it. Okay. Peace.